Gene Fercodini of Wolcott and Paul Buddy Musso of Cheshire, Connecticut, have been friends for decades, and they both own 1966 Ford Mustangs. Musso's is a six-cylinder hardtop in bright red, while Fercodini's is a V8 convertible in black. They got together to mark a special occasion. How long have you guys known each other?
Whew, from Little League days with our kids.
Yeah, it's back in the 70s?
Yeah, late 70s.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the reason. It was to mark a much more momentous anniversary. Ford unveiled the Mustang in a very high-profile event at the 1964 World's Fair in New York. The date, April 17th, 1964. In less than 2 years, it sold more than 1 million Mustangs. That makes it 60 years since the Mustang debuted.
Well, 64 and a half, I was 11 years old, and I remember when it came out, and it was nice. I saw the first one at the World's Fair in New York in 1965.
Musso inherited his Mustang 18 years ago from his father.
It's a 66 Mustang, six-cylinder automatic. It's all original. Everything is original on it. The only thing he did was had a vinyl top put on it. Other than that, the car is all original.
Fercodini was 20 years old in 1965 when he went to work for a Ford dealership and bought a 1965 V8 hardtop. He spent decades at Ford stores and appreciates the Mustang.
I mean, having worked for Ford and having been there all these years, I can tell you that the people that owned Mustangs, they were teenagers, they were middle-aged, they were older people. I mean, it didn't make a difference. If somebody wanted an economical car, they would buy a Mustang.
Well, Mustangs was always an iconic car. It's part of the muscle car generation, let's say. I mean, it was one of the earlier cars that came out, and it was a value car, but it was also a muscle car,
Fercodini has owned his V8 convertible for 45 years.
Well, I restored it from the ground up. Actually, in 1983, I had a body shop put rocker panels in it, torque boxes, the whole thing. It still has the original radio and that kind of stuff in it. It has the original top. The body itself, the only thing I put on it was a fender. One of the fenders was, and I got an original equipment fender, but it was restored from the ground up. Everything, including interior, seats, everything.
Unfortunately, it hasn't been on the road since 1996.
It was driven in the Wolcott Bicentennial Parade. I parked it in the garage, and there it sat. One of these days, I have to make up my mind. I'm either going to drive it or sell it, and probably leaning more towards selling it now because I have another Mustang that I drive every day. So.
Musso's Mustang gets more use, but even it is used sparingly.
I drive it a few times a year, take it to a few shows. I don't drive it a lot. I have a bunch of cars that I can't drive them all.
After all these years, there's no denying the popularity and the impact of the Mustang.
It was a very, very, very popular car, and it was done at a very good price. Price point was good on the car, so you can do like a basic six-cylinder automatic, fairly inexpensive. I don't know what they went for back then, maybe $2,500. I don't even know, brand new. Or you could do something with a bigger motor and 4-speed that attracted to a lot of kids. They did the fastback, the 2+2 fastback. They had a lot of they had some good variations on the car, convertible, hardtop.
That's Ride Connecticut. I'm Bud Wilkinson, and don't forget, subscribe to Ride Connecticut's YouTube channel.